Testing, testing, testing. All right. So I think I got this thing on a roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty hyped. What is going on is your boy, Saki to Dunya. If you don't know what Dunya is this thing called life, this temporary existence that we are currently in right now. So, hey, this life, you know what I mean? It's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? Like some people just think it's a temporary thing. Some people think it's, this is all there is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into that. But what I want to do is give salutations to those that are going to slip in or maybe view this video later. Hope you're having a blessed day. I wish that, in these troubled times, you have some peace of mind. You know what I mean? I don't even mean to rhyme. So that being said, first I want to give shout outs to various content creators that led me to this path, and also content creators that, shut me out when I was trying to, get on the come up and advertise for myself after financially supporting and, spiritually supporting their platforms. I ain't going to say them because I don't want to give them no clout. I'm trying to keep it humble here, but let's just say gave more fuel to the fire. Shout out to, my boys that I serve with. Shout out to, people I met along this way, in this path called life. Shout out to Mace Taggart. Shout out to DJ Kuda, especially DJ Kuda and Mace Taggart. You know what I'm saying? Because those two gentlemen right there dropped so much game on me, even though they say game doesn't exist, but I ain't going to start nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to start no beats over that. You're going to start fresh. You know what I'm saying? These people help me realize on the real, to get my voice out there. Because I guess what? I might be a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I might feel like an alien on Earth, but you know what? There's a lot of crazy people out here saying all kinds of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So it might as well be me. You know what I'm saying? I might as well get in on the action. That being said, I had a wonderful day today. You know what I'm saying? Work day was good. I got off work early. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, I want to put some good energy out into the universe, man. So this stream right now is basically about, the Nafs, man. And if you don't know what Nafs are your desires, right? And I think, especially if we look today, human beings, we're even more aware of what our desires are on a daily basis more than ever before. We're super self-conscious. We got social media. We got we got also the real media telling you what's beautiful, what you should be doing, 24/7. And I'm going to break it down a little bit, in a little bit this. I'm kind of freestyling right now, but what I really want to get into is, first off, the first NAF is companionship, right? And companionship can mean different things to different people. You got people that, view it as a purely sexual thing. They got people that view it as a friendship thing. You got people that view it as just you want somebody to rant to and complain and bitch and moan to. You know what I'm saying? In real talk, that's what it comes down to. Sorry for the cursing, but I had to break it down, on the real. So first off, when it comes to companionship, right? When it comes to companionship, I feel like you can still be lonely with all the friends and all the lovers and all that kind of stuff, all the partners, if you like to say that, if I want to be politically correct, because, I'm saying that, that's the term now, it's partners, not lovers and all that stuff. You can have all that and still be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, when I was out here wilding and stuff like that, man, I used to bag a couple of them a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, every other day, you know what I'm saying? I would meet up with somebody, have a little fling going on. And I'm not saying I'm proud of that. I really think that realizing is becoming an adult, I'm in my early 30s. I missed out on some really good companionship, some really good women that probably would be my wife right now. And you know the reason why is because, for lack of a better word, excuse my French, but I had my head up my ass. And I think now as an adult, I'm coming to grips with that. And you can alienate really good people in your life based upon your Nafs, right? Because, as a young guy, man, I hate to say it, a lot of us, man, we want to pump and dump. That's the gist of it, right? Youth is wasted on the young. So, I'm over here, chasing skirts and stuff like that, man. Meanwhile, the girl next door, man, she wanted to, I used to walk to work with certain girls and stuff like that. I have girls, even like cook me food and bake cookies and all that cute stuff, man. I was like, I was just, in my own headspace, though. I completely ignored all that, right? And I think a lot of it was I was self-confident. I didn't feel at the time, honestly, real talk, I would see a nice girl like that, and I would be consumed with my lustful desires, right? If she didn't have a banging body and she wasn't a baddie, I didn't want nothing to do with her, right? And I looked at my living situation, right? A lot of times I was like, living with a roommate. A couple of times I was like living in a living room and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? From like when I was like 18, 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? So you bring her home, you see a girl that's vibing with you. You really think that you're going to bring her back home. She's going to see that you live in a living room and the living room's messy on top of that. Dishes all backed up. I mean, real talk, man. I mean, what? I know I wouldn't like that, man. And like I'm self-conscious of that. You know what I'm saying? I do value, even though I'm an idiot, sometimes I do value, how people perceive me. So yeah, man, there's a couple of times I meet a girl at work, or a neighbor, or somebody I met at a party, somebody I met at a show that I was playing or something like that. Things would go off and I'll be like, oh, hey, you want to come back to my place. And I was like, like, yeah, like, and that's probably not too good of an idea, So, and I'm not beating, like I said, again, I'm not trying to justify, what, the things I used to do, especially when I was like, early 20s, especially, you know what I mean? But I feel like you come to the realization as you get older, those desires, you know what I'm saying? You have your little thrill, and you have something to tell to your boys about and boast about, like, oh, yo, son, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was with so-and-so and all this, but man, dude, like, real talk, I would miss out on some of the nicest people, nicest girls that I could probably have settled down with, had the whole white picket fence, kids, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And I was kind of afraid of that. You know what I mean? Because my parents divorced. So I thought that kind of notion was kind of a lie. I thought like, oh yeah, getting married and had that traditional, quote unquote, traditional lifestyle was fake. You know what I mean? I didn't think that it was a real thing. So I was just trying to get what I could get. So yeah, man. That's like the first part. Second part is your ego, man. I think real talk, like a lot of people, they have this huge ego, right? And they're really afraid of analyzing it and reflecting on it. You know what I mean? I thought it was God's gift to women, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and honestly, I was a trash individual, man. I was so trash, man. I went dead end job after dead end job. You know what I'm saying? Played music, but I wasn't really a quote unquote good musician. And I wasn't really a good musician until it was too late. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or too late in the sense of, by that time I already realized that I kind of wasted a lot of, my potential and focusing on the wrong things. You know what I mean? Was I focused on music because I actually wanted to make music and make a living off of it? Or was I focused on music because I wanted to live a certain lifestyle? That's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. And it's good to live your dreams and be passionate about things, but you have to stay grounded in the earth, man. That ego will make you think that you're entitled to something, and hey, we all have a different destiny in this life, man. I truly believe that, hey, man, it's good to work for your dreams and purposes, but hey, man, if it doesn't work out, hey, at the end of the day, like focus on something else, man, because we're all multifaceted. Nobody's just good at one thing. Except for like really, really stupid people, but most people are good at multiple things. So, keep that in mind, man, because you never know, where you're going to be in life, man. There's so many people in this life, excuse me, that start off doing one thing and then end up doing something else, man. And, happiness is relative, right? We really think that the prime desire in life is to be happy. So life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, all that jazz, right? At the end of the day, though, real talk, you're not going to always be happy. You're going to, the people that you have kids with, the people that you marry, the people that you spend your rest of your life with. Do you really think that your guys are always going to be happy together? Hell no. I'm not even happy with the few friends I do have, the few friends I did have throughout life. You know what I'm saying? You're going to butt heads, man. You're not always going to be lolly jolly and kumbaya. And I think that's what a lot of people need to realize. Stop letting these movies, this Disney lifestyle of happy ever after and all that BS, man. That's not real life, bro. You know, and if you keep on going down that road thinking that you're entitled to that you can have it all, that you're just going to have great job, you know, great spouse, your kids are going to stay out of trouble, you know what I'm saying, and grow up to be even better than you. Hey, man, you know, that's not always the way it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything's a blessing at the end of the day. You're not entitled to anything. Now, you can say that you're entitled to people's respect. I get that, man. Everybody wants to be respected, right? Well, you know, some people, you know, want to be treated like trash, but that's a whole other different ballgame, you know. But everybody wants to be treated with respect. But you're not entitled to just like the most wonderful life because of that. And also, you're entitled to respect if you respect yourself. And this is not, you know, before some people get up in there, you know what I'm saying, their birthday suit and get up feeling some type of way. This has nothing to do with how your body count is. It's nothing to do with how you dress, but it has to do with your freaking character. All right. And you know what? Doing this experience on this channel, you will never, ever see me on here and not analyze myself because I'll put myself out there, bro. I'm very self-critical. I'll be the first person to say I didn't have a good character. So how the hell did I respect myself, and how did I expect people to respect me? And I used to get butthurt and caught up in my feelings. Why? Because I really did think that, oh, well, yada, yada, yada. You know, why are people treating me so bad? And at the end of the day, that's some BS. Because real talk, I created those situations, man. I remember the very first time I came to, you know, some jobs, man. The first thing you knew about me was, you know, I was out here, you know, chasing skirts. You know what I'm saying? I was out here lying, cheating. You know what I'm saying? You know, doing the stereotypical, you know what I'm saying, you know, for lack of a better word, you know what I'm saying, the N-word, you know, activities, you know, we all know what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, being the stereotype of what, you know what I'm saying, a black man is supposed to be. And, you know, feeling I have to live up to that for some reason to validate myself. You know what I'm saying? So, take a little breathing. Let me hydrate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I put myself on mute. See, nobody's in here yet. All right. Sorry, I've been having this cough, man. I thought I had the Rona for a whole minute, man, but I've had this cough on and on for like the last couple of weeks, man. And it's making me feel some type of way. But anyway, man, what I want to do with this channel, man, it's, you know, it's gonna be kind of a freestyle in the beginning, but later on I'm gonna start doing different kinds of series, right? I want to start a series for, you know, young Muslim youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know from the way I'm talking, you know, maybe people some type of way, man. But you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my faith. I'm proud of my man, my dean. I'm not the best. Nobody is. But I feel like, you know, some people need to hear things, some things come from me, man, because they gotta realize we're at the end of the day, we're all human beings, bro. And we need to understand these Nafs and how to control them. And especially for a lot of reverts, man, we don't have these conversations. It's like if you're a revert, you have to be holier than thou and be the most pious person, you know. Meanwhile, people that are born into the deen, you know what I'm saying, they out here wilding every chance they get. So, you know, that being said, you know, I want to connect those two groups together. I want to get people that are born into this deen, and I want to get people that are reverts, and maybe get people that are just, you know, maybe they kind of lost their way. You know what I mean? Like, we all need to communicate with each other and learn from each other. And regardless of what journey we go in this life, I think that it's important to kind of make those connections. I'm also going to start one more that secular kind of thing. Regardless of what your faith is or what your ideology is, we all have these experiences as human beings, right? So I want to have one where it's just like more lighter topics. We can talk about culture, talk about music, movies. For the lack of the better of, most of the new stuff coming out is absolute whack. But I'm a cinemaphile, so I have a lot of I'm a connoisseur of good cinema. And when I do that, I'm going to be like breaking it up by genre, and then, maybe breaking it up by particular movies that really had a profound effect on me. And, as I get the gist of this thing, when I screen share, I'll be able to screen share certain movies, certain scenes from movies that really hit me really hard. There's a lot of good, sources on YouTube and, internet land to basically showcase some of the stuff going on. So the third thing, I guess, why I can stay with Nafs, since I'm kind of going all over the place. I'm saying I'm just freestyling, finding my way around this, these YouTube streets right now. But my third thing with the Nafs is you gotta realize that it's all temporary, right? Honestly, all this stuff is desires is temporary, bro. And I'm gonna be completely honest, and I'm gonna try to keep it as PG as possible. I know, we have, there's certain language, I'm saying, that I'm not supposed to be using on the daily. I'm trying to clean up my mouth. I have a potty mouth and stuff. But I mean, I think a lot, especially young men and maybe even young women will understand. But, I'm saying, I've only lived this one life with, something dangling between my legs. And I don't know what it's like to, have a vajayjay, I'm saying? So that's coming from there. So that being said, there's plenty of times where, as a young man, where I was out here wilding, and I would, do what, mammals do, or people do, you know what I mean? And at the end of it, when I woke up, I would be next to this person, right? And I would legit think this person probably wouldn't give a damn if I lived or died. Like, they probably wouldn't, piss on me if I was on fire. And that's a hard pill to swallow because, at the end of the day, the experience was fun, but unfortunately, a lot of the times we're in states of mind where we barely even remember them. I mean, let's be honest, especially out here wilding when you're young, what I'm saying? You're out here partying and stuff and going home with people you don't even really, know too well. I mean, that happens, unfortunately. So I'm like, hey, what does this mean? And then God forbid, if you're in an actual monogamous relationship, I've never been married, but I can only imagine what a married man must feel like, that he woke up next to somebody with somebody at home waiting for him, and he knows that he can't come back from that. There's a lot of people that do that. I mean, God forbid, you lay next to somebody, and then 9 months later, say that you have a clone with this person, what I'm saying? Because kids are kind of they're kind of clones, what I'm saying? Like, they're a mixture of the dad's genes and the mom's genes, right? So you have a person, you have a human being, a living human being brought into this world, this dunya, from your lustful desires, and guess what? Sometimes there's a hardships that are going to happen along the way with that child's life because of what you decided to do. And it's very hard, especially when you revert, and you kind of like come from a culture where there's hookup culture, you date, and and this is not a diss to any of that, because I'm not going to be a hypocrite, because I enjoyed the fruits of that lifestyle for the longest time. But I'm just going to say this, right? There's a reason why people prefer that there's at least a long-term commitment between somebody that you're being intimate with. It's because, especially between men and women, right? Now other sexualities, that's a different story. But I'm a straight guy, so I'm only speaking from my experience, right? The reason that the monogamous relationships are highly valued, even though some argue that, especially men, were not built to be monogamous, which is whole other debate. But the reason that that's a standard in most, religions and stuff like that, or, certain cultures and things like that, the reason that that exists is because at the end of the day, when a man and a woman get down and lay together, the end biological result of what is the end game for that is an offspring, right? Whether you subconsciously or consciously are attempting to do that, that's what your body's trying to do. Your body's not like, I'm not trying to get this girl pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, and woman, on your side, your body's not like, I'm not trying to get pregnant, because, hey, life finds a way. Just like they say in Jurassic Park, life finds a way. So you have to keep that in mind when you get into these entanglements. No shout out to Jada Pickett, but that it is what it is. I give credit where it's due. These entanglements result in that, and we see too much in our society. The dysfunction created by that. I was, this is no shame to my family, to my parents, but I was a love child. You know what I'm saying? And then my older brother was a love child. My older half brother was a love child. Then I have two older half siblings that are love child too. That love children too. So, I could have been raised in a better environment if I had all my siblings around me. And unfortunately, for most of my life, I can literally remember the first time I saw my sister after seeing her as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see my sister again from when I was like a little tiny kid, maybe about 4 years old, until she was a grown woman. She was like 19 years old when I saw her again. And I was like, I think it was like 12 or 13. And that can be a hard thing, because subconsciously you're kind of questioning, like, why is that thing? Like, is this normal? This person's my brother and my sister, and I'm just not around them. I wasn't raised in the same household. Like, why wasn't I able to live with them? You know what I mean? And it's a confusing thing. So before you decide to, be intimate with people, if you're taking the right precautions, good on you. There's all these kinds of birth control out there. Maybe one day they're going to have male birth control, and, the world overnight is going to change. Because, if dudes can take birth control and not feel like crap, oh, God, it's over. It's completely over. Like, baby mama, baby daddy thing is, if you got health care, there's no excuse after that. There's no excuse to be a baby mama, baby daddy after that. But yeah, when you lay down with people, man, that happens. So if you have that in the back of your mind, you're going to be more wiser about who you choose to lay with, and then you're going to have better results. And I'm not advocating for zina, premarital sex. I don't want people coming in here saying I'm doing this and doing that. I'm just being real. There's doctrine, there's theory. You can argue that there's the Sharia and this and that, but there's the real world, right? I live in the real world. I don't live in the Matrix. I live in the real world, right? So these are just the realities of the situation you get into, right? It's kind of like, hey, if you play sports, right, you can break bones, you can do this and do that. You got to hear the nastiness, because guess what? I wouldn't want my kid to play football, but if he really is passionate about playing football, hey, it's his life. After he's 18, he wants to try out for football, yada yada yada. And he can get concussed, he can go through all this hurt. The industry is really toxic. You know what I'm saying? He can, be bad financially, like football players, be like blowing money on stupid stuff, Instagram models, all that garbage, right? I can be against that all I want to, but it's his life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to want him to know the dangers and the precautions that he has to take, period. So that's the gist of it. Excuse me. And nobody's still on. But it's all good. It's all good. You gotta go on this. And I think eventually, if I start putting stuff out there and I start recording it, people are gonna see, the stuff I'm laying down. By all means, if you hate this, if you happen to come across this and you hate it, hey, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Give me, go in the comment section. in reply, by all means. And I think I'm gonna close this stream, and then I think I'm gonna go live a little bit later, because it seems like everybody's not available right now, whatnot. So I'm gonna close this stream. For anybody that views this, obviously nobody was in this for this one while I was live. But if you do view this and you actually spent the time to actually check this out, thank you so much for your time. I know your time is valuable. Your time is important. You are important. I know a lot of people are feeling some type of way during this time and during lockdown and the holiday season. I don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that. And I'm not going to be a Scrooge and say bah humbug and not wish you guys a Merry Christmas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just avoid shirk at all costs. That's something that's really important to me. But at the end of the day, I wish you a Merry Christmas and, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Cause I know it's like, I'm saying, like during the holidays to be alone. I spent the holidays alone probably for like the last 4 years. And it gets harder each time because as you start practicing, I guess, and you notice that culturally, especially a lot of people here, in the U.S., even if they are, let's say, born Muslim or reverts and stuff like that, there still is like this thing where like, hey, they're still kind of spinning, doing Christmassy like things and stuff like that with people, which is all good. I want everybody to show love 365 days of the year. Why is it always like the end of the year, Thanksgiving and Christmas that people decide not to be jerks and idiots to each other, right? But yeah, I don't know however, that's the way it is. That's how humans are, right? We're terrible. We're terrible creatures with some little divine light in us, we just choose to make the worst of it. But I am gonna close this one, and I'm gonna start another one a little later because I have a homie of mine. I want them to oh wait, I got somebody. Oh, hold up. For the person that is here, thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure if you're familiar with how YouTube works or whatever like that, but you can go in the comment section and tell me how this is whack, or you can show me some love or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not monetized yet, obviously. I don't think you get monetized until you get like up 1,000 people. Oh, guess who, Sir Ism? Oh, my man. What up, man? Hey, I'm sorry you got the tail end of this, man. I was going on, I was trying to ad lib like how you do it, man. You know what I'm saying? To do that Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying? Float like a butterfly, sing like a bee, me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But I was just talking about, these desires in this life, man. You know what I'm saying? We all have these desires and how to navigate through them. So I broke them down like 3 parts. So I put down like, the first desire that I think all human beings have is they want a companion, right? And that could be sexual, that could be just friendship, that could be just somebody that acknowledges you as being significant in your life, man. It could be a coworker, it could be a mentor, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, people will do anything for that. They make ass out of themselves. They say stupid things. You know what I'm saying? They'll break their back in labor to, for somebody else's validation. Yeah, word, man, word. I'm down. I'm glad you feeling it. The second thing, besides companionship, is you got to realize that a lot of those desires are temporary, right? And it's not bad to have desires, bro. You know what I'm saying? You every good man out there desires a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Every good man out there desires like, entrepreneurship or a good job, some kind of income, something to validate them as a man, to make them feel productive. Or shoot, some guys just want to desire just to chill, man. I ain't even going to front, man. Sometimes I just have the desire right now just to like kick my feet up. I can go on live, you know what I'm saying? Drink, smoke, you know what I'm saying? Hang out with a shorty, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's what I sometimes want to do. Sometimes I don't even want to be productive. That's all I want to do all day. And that's what I used to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I used to do, man. So, I mean, it's just about navigating, through those desires. And a lot of those are temporary, right? Because once you get to a certain point, it seems like it's never enough. You know what I mean? And honestly, so for the third is when it's gone, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? And I think that really ties into, addictions, right? We develop these bad habits, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes, ism, from what I've seen, it's like you got these dudes on here, they're on Pornhub, X videos, you know, this devalue the bucks. Exactly, man. For real, for real. Yeah, they're on X videos and they're trying to see they can't get the desires they want in the flesh, right? They don't know how to talk to girls. They ain't got no date set up. So, they're over there fapping their brains out every time they get. And I'm sorry to be graphic, but it is what it is, right? There's 14-year-old boys that are scared, live in their mom's their mom's house. They don't know how to talk to girls yet, and they're learning that that's normal behavior, right? That it's just that kind of lifestyle, right? Getting obsessed with pornography and things like that. And hey, no shade to anybody that does that. However, it creates a bad dichotomy in your brain where you're getting that dopamine release for nothing. And I think you can agree that, what I'm saying, when you're vibing with a chick, whether if it's your wife, your girlfriend, or something like that, you have a long day, you start feeling some type of way around her, bro. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do. And at the end of that, you feel that real validation. You feel like a man, right? There's guys out there, they're not doing that on the daily, but what they're doing is still getting that reward system, and they're still waking up the next day and not feeling validated as a man because they realize they didn't accomplish anything. So, yeah, man. Thank you so much, Ism, for coming here and showing me love, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I have this smoothie right here. And you're very right on what you just said, man. And honestly, man, you made my day. I really appreciate this, man, because you're one of the first people to kind of put me on. So I don't know if you're having a stream later, man, I'll jump on, you know what I'm saying, show you some love, getting that Cash App and all that kind of good stuff, bro. But thank you so much, man. You're one of the people that maybe decide, besides Kuda and Mace, man, you're one of the guys that decided to put me on and show me support. Exactly, man. You need, like, porn is one thing, bro. It's just like, I know dudes that are married right now, and they got a beautiful wife and stuff like that, but they're over there on Pornhub hours a day. They're at work on Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That could be problematic, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the skins right there. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the skins right there, how come you're not, you know what I'm saying, feeling validated with your woman? And I get it. The grass is always greener. You know what I'm saying? Not every woman is as beautiful as you would like them to be. Not everybody has the same skins. Shoot, half of the girls these days act like they freaks and they're just laying there the entire time. Let's be honest. Yeah, I didn't even try to do it. Yeah, my brother, man. But I ain't gonna keep you too long, man. I know you're busy, man. You know what I'm saying? You got things going on. You're making power moves. You know what I'm saying? You're getting with the groove. You know what I'm saying? Nice and smooth. See, I'm trying to pull off. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pull it off, right? You know what I mean? But I'm a little cottonmouth right now, so it's kind of hard to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? With the GI Joe and not keep it plastic. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking like I'm asthmatic. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do it. Trying to do it. But thank you so much, brother. I'm gonna end this stream. I got some homies from work that might tune into a stream I might do later, like real late at night or whatever like that. But if you got something going on, man, I'll put it to the side, man, because you got that good content, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you on the flip side. Deuces, man. And if you're going through something right now, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's always darkest before the bright day. Deuce.